Hey y'all, it's Mandy, the Sleep Nana, and this is my week 24 update. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on June the 23rd with Dr. Rossi at CMAC in Charleston, West Virginia. I'm 44 years old, 5 foot 4 inches. My high weight was 259.6. Surgery weight was 247.6. Last week I weighed in at 183.2, which was a 1.4 jump up on the scale for me from the previous week, from week 22 to week 23. This week, I weighed in at 180.2, which means I'm down 4.4 since last week. Since my high weight, I'm down 79.4. Since the day of surgery, I'm down 67.4. And so that means I've got about 40 pounds to go till I reach my goal weight. As far as the numbers go, with that gain in there, I'm not going to like play around with it and then be like, oh, well, I actually lost this amount because I gained here and then no, I'm going from my high weight down. Just keeping it simple because that's the way I like it. Okay, if you caught my last week's video, you seen that, or you know that there was two things that I felt played a part in that gain. And I couldn't think of the name of the pretzels that I was enjoying a little too much. So I got the bag along with some other snacks that I want to show you guys. And, well, two of them is not snacks, they're actually meals. So, but here's what I have been having. Now, when you look at the numbers on these, you'll see that they're not like the worst thing in the world you can grab as a snack. Now, if you're keto, watching carbs, low carb, whatever, then yeah, no, you don't want to have these at all. I am not like real strict with my carbs right now. That could change in the future. If I, have a stall or something, I would probably do some carb cycling to maybe break a plateau. But I just can't see myself being keto for the long haul or extreme low carb or just even like, I don't know, people's definition of extreme are different. So I'm just going to say that I cannot see myself sticking to that way of eating for the long haul. So I feel like it's a better choice for myself to just have a healthy eating plan overall. It just feels like that's more sustainable for me. And anything else for me outside of that feels like I'm yo-yoing, which is one of the things that led me to the surgeon's table to begin with. Okay, so that's just what, I'm saying for myself. Carb cycling, though, definitely to break a plateau, more than likely. Okay, before I move past the pretzels, I want to mention, other than just going to the kitchen and grabbing some of them, which after the fact I realized I did for at least 2 days, when I did eat something, those pretzels were the only thing that I ate. So that's why I say, those are not the worst thing that a person can snack on. But again, I did not practice moderation with those pretzels. Definitely should have been eating things that had more nutritional value and more protein. Lesson learned. But there was once or twice in the evening after my husband left for work and I was just like getting some work done at my desk, and I was just like, I want something, I need something. So I went into the kitchen, got one pretzel, put a little bit of this peanut butter on it, just the corner. The nutrition facts are right there for you. The serving size is 2 tablespoons. I didn't use anywhere near that. Like I said, just a little taste on the corner. And I put like 3 of these baking chips on there, and it hit the spot. After I post this video, I'm going to throw up a day in the life video, but it's actually like for an entire weekend. I showed these on there. You'll see when you watch that. That when I got these, I actually thought I picked up the lilies. I was in a hurry. And I actually got these. They're called Make Believe. They're sweetened with stevia. So, I ripped that in a bad place. But they're really good. No weird aftertaste. I can tell that they're not like Toll House. But if you are post-op, you are probably already accustomed to like a lower sugar diet anyway. And these will work just fine for you. If you're still pre-op, get these, start adjusting. So when I went back to Walmart, when I had a little more time to do my actual grocery shopping, because when I got these, like I said, I was in a hurry just grabbing a few things because I had to get home for some work-related things. I got these when I went back. The actual lilies. The only thing they had was the peppermint flavor. There's that. I mentioned with the pretzels how I enjoyed a few of these. With these, I have not tried it on the pretzels with the peanut butter. I just ate a few of them by themselves, and I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the Hershey bars with the peppermint in them. So if that's your jam, these are really good, and I feel like you'll like these. I even dropped a few, like 3 of these in my coffee this morning. Yeah, that was really good too. So it's just a few ideas with those. Something else that I'm loving, low sugar, is this maple and brown sugar oatmeal. I actually cook it in the microwave with water, and then after I get it out, I put a little Fairlife milk in it just to kind of thin it out. It's good. It keeps me full for a really long time. And it really, in my opinion, does not need anything else in it. Like no extra stevia, nothing. Like for me, it's good as is. Something that I didn't mention in my last video, I don't think I did, was or is my Premier protein. This is my favorite flavor. It does have caffeine in it, but my surgeon said he's more concerned with carbonation. Some coffee is fine. So, but I'm okay to have the coffee now anyway. And this is my favorite. I do not drink it just by itself. I do put this in with some iced coffee. This one and the caramel is my favorite. But when I let myself run out of this, I can see a difference on the scale. It's usually a really low loss. Last week it was a gain, and I had ran out of this. So protein, guys, is definitely super, super important. So keep that on hand. I also use Gene Pro. That's really good. I put it in my morning coffee and drink it hot. I know there's controversy with that, whether it's really 30 grams, but as long as the bag says 30 grams, that's what I'm counting it as. Let's see, something else. Oh, let me show you guys this. I've talked about the Power Crunch bars before, I do believe. I really like them. They're not like other protein bars where they're really heavy and dense and just have that weird texture. These are like those sugar wafers that you get in the store. Man, I had them at Vacation Bible School as a kid, and then after, you know, at Sunday school and things like that. But this is what those remind me of. I have had the regular peanut butter that's coated in chocolate. It was good. The lemon, really good. If you like the Girl Scout Thin Mints, you will like the chocolate mint in these. What else have I had? The red velvet was good. My favorite is the salted caramel, and the vanilla is really good. I had not found one of these that I disliked until this. I got these on Amazon. I've not seen these in the store anywhere where I live, and I thought, well, I'm going to get those and try them because I've liked every one that I've tried. This one's not for me, guys. I actually took like 2 bites and I trashed it. It left a really funky aftertaste in my mouth, and like, I just can't do that. I just, nope. Next, let's see. I'm trying to not keep y'all on here forever, like I tend to do sometimes. Okay, these. Y'all, I love these, and they have become kind of like a staple for me. And I don't have them every day, but I feel like even if I did, that it would be fine. If you're watching carbs, they're only 4 net carbs. Again, like I said, I'm not low carb, or don't consider myself low carb or keto or anything like that, but when I can just kind of like cut back, I choose things that help me do that. And these taste no different to me than the regular ones. Really, I can't tell the difference. There's the nutrition on those. Somehow or another, I have ripped the top. So we need to put those in a different bag. My favorite way to have these is to use this as a pizza crust. It's going to probably sound gross to a lot of y'all, but I don't actually use pizza sauce. I use Hidden Valley Ranch dressing as my sauce. I do measure it out. I use 1 tablespoon, which is half the serving of the dressing. And then I put some kind of protein on it. It's usually like the real bacon bits that you buy in the bag. Yeah, it's pre-made. It's whatever. It's probably got some things in there that, like, if you're like clean eating, I don't know why I did that. Ignore that. If you're clean eating, that's probably something you wouldn't be having. I don't, so I use them. They're convenient. They taste great. It is what it is. So I'll sprinkle some of those on there, or maybe some turkey or something like that. Spinach is good on there. And I use some Parmesan cheese. Slice some grape or cherry tomatoes, banana peppers, mushrooms, whatever on there, and it's good. And I do measure out the ranch dressing, like I said, and I also measure out the cheese. I want to say that the cheese is 1/4 of a cup for a serving, so I do measure that out, and I'll have it that way. Another thing that I do with those is I will slice them with my pizza cutter into triangles before I bake them. I'll spray them with some cooking spray, pop them in the oven on 350 until they get a little crispy. I'm afraid to tell you how long I leave them in there because I'm not sure. But before I pop them in the oven, I usually season them with something, and there's a few different things that I use. My favorite is to use some Lawry's seasoned salt. I know what I've said about the sodium and me. I don't do that often, but I'm just saying that is my favorite way to have these. I'll sprinkle some Lawry's on there. I don't just go over it and just sprinkle it. Actually, what I do is I put it in my hand and I just put just a little bit around on every triangle. Mrs. Dash is good on there. And then I like to dip them in spinach dip. There is this nutrition on that. I do have a full serving of this, but I do measure it out. That's my favorite way. Another option is, sorry to be all up in your grill, y'all. Should have had those a little closer. Same way with the cooking spray, season them. It's good with this Flavor God everything seasoning. And if you don't know anything about Flavor God, go to the website and check it out. These are all good natural ingredients in these. This one is really good. Everything. Fiesta Sweet and Tangy is really good. And I actually like these two together or separate. The Buffalo and the ranch. So, usually when I use those things, other than the everything, I will have it with the spinach dip. I have the chips with chicken salad. Now you can make your own. I usually do that, but I've had kind of a crazy week, so I just picked this up. There's the nutrition facts on that. Let me show you this. This is really good with the chicken salad. I'll say with the chicken salad, this is my favorite to use, the Dijon mustard, flavoring from Pampered Chef. So that's really good. But if you are in the mood for something sweet, same process. Get you some Flavor God buttery cinnamon roll. And this is also really good in coffee too. And then I will dip it in a little bit of this. I do measure it out. It's 2 tablespoons, but I only have 1 tablespoon. There's the facts on that. So, yeah, that's a few things that I enjoy having. I still basically follow like the plan that my surgeon and nutritionist have me on as far as like low sugar. Anything over 10 grams of sugar per serving is a no-go for me. I do think that sugar will cause me dumping syndrome. Even though I've not had anything that's like full sugar, real sugar, whatever, the reason that I think that it will is because the smell of sweets makes me nauseous. Like I had a candle burning that was a sweet scent, and I can't remember the name of it now. I got sick. I had to go outside, and so that happened. And then there's the whole thing with the dumping syndrome that I experienced for months until I was able to narrow it down, and it was the artificial sweetener in the skinny syrups. And so, I mean, given that, that I experienced that, I'm kind of scared of sugar. Dumping syndrome is no joke. It is like, if you can imagine the worst stomach virus you've ever experienced in your life and times that by 50, that's dumping syndrome. It's like stomach virus on steroids. It's bad. And I was never a huge fan of sweets anyway, so it's fine for me. Like it's staying away from sugary sweets is not an issue for me. But when I do have, a little craving, which is rare, as you can see, there's ways that I can still have a little something and keep it within, those numbers. Something else that I'm enjoying is a ceramic egg cooker. You use it in the microwave. My favorite way to use this is, I know y'all seen those little egg muffins that you can make in like the muffin tin. You can make just one with this, one individual one, and it takes no time. And I actually think that those taste a little rubbery when they're warmed up after the fact. Maybe I just microwaved and reheated them for too long. I don't know. But I prefer making it in that, just one serving, and that being that. I will put 1 egg in it, mix it up. You can even throw in some of the Flavor God seasonings. The Fiesta Sweet and Tangy is really good. And what else did I put in? The everything. So mix that in with your egg. If I have like grilled veggies left over from dinner the night before, I will throw those in there. If not, I do put some kind of protein in there, like back to those bacon bits. I know prepackaged, but I use them. Ain't gonna lie about it. Or some turkey from the deli. It's good in there, and some cheese, and just whatever you like in like an omelet. put it in that, mix it up, pop it in the microwave. You got a single serving omelet. You're good. You could make overnight oats in that, which I've not tried yet. But the other thing that I've done with it and that I really loved was I made myself like a fruit and yogurt parfait, but not with yogurt. Since surgery, yogurt just doesn't sit well with me, and that makes me so sad because I've always loved yogurt so much. So I just kind of had a craving for some fruit, and I thought I just want something different with it. So what I did was I had some sugar-free pudding made in the refrigerator. I do still eat that. I do still have my sugar-free popsicles. So I took some of the sugar-free pudding and I mixed in some, I don't think it's sugar-free pop or Cool Whip that I have, but it's like the lower sugar. So I mixed some of the Cool Whip in with the pudding, which made it a little fluffier, and I layered it in this with my fruit. And the next morning, I just grabbed it out of the fridge, grabbed myself a plastic spoon out of the drawer, and out the door I went. So that was quick, easy, something I could do the night before, and it actually stayed cold a lot longer than it would have if I would have put it in just like there's like a plastic cup in there that I've done that with before and took it with me. It stayed a lot colder for a lot longer in this. But now I did have this in the refrigerator overnight already setting and made. So with your overnight oats, you can do the same thing. Pop it in the microwave and out the door you go. So that's just some ideas. Things that I have done. Like I said, mostly snack stuff. Meals that I have is usually just some kind of protein, usually chicken. Now that I can get that to go down a little better, I struggled with chicken in the beginning. Steak is still a little hard for me, but I'm more, I steer more towards chicken anyway. But usually dinner is some kind of chicken and vegetables. And I do still weigh that out. I have around 4 ounces still with dinner. And so, yeah. But now, I do still find it hard to get in, a good amount of food and hit my water goals at the same time. And I'm not going to lie to you. I put the fluids before food. I'm not telling you you should do that. That's just what I'm doing. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm not saying that's the best thing to do. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just telling you that's what I do. Again, just keeping it real. Now, that will probably change the farther I get out from surgery. Again, I'm just around 5 months. So I'm still definitely in that honeymoon phase. Haven't ventured out and had a whole lot of different foods, even though I've been cleared for all the foods for some time. But that's just because of my fear of the sugar, fear of dumping syndrome, and the fact that I did struggle with that for, it was a few months there, and I was just really scared to introduce anything new until I was able to narrow it down and find what was causing me to already struggle with that. So, now that that is that, and that is, figured out, I'll probably start having some different things. And I don't usually get really bored with food. Like, I will find a combination of something that I like with these and the spinach dip and the chicken salad, and I'll eat that for months. Like, I can eat it every day for a while until I find a new combination that I love, and then I'll eat that for a while, and then I'll switch it up. But so yeah, I'm kind of predictable when it comes to food anyway. Even though there's not a lot of things that I don't like, I'm not a picky eater. I'm just kind of predictable, I guess. So the only other thing I wanted to touch on is hair loss. I'm pretty much back to normal with the hair loss that I see when I wash my hair, But the fallout that I see and have throughout the day just on my clothes, or like if I touch my hair, is still more than what it ever was before. Not only, now can I touch my hair and feel that it's thinner, I can look at it and see it now, especially right here in this area. Like when I decided to go with the bangs, they were a lot thicker. So, and I've got still, that's growing back in. If you see some gray hairs, it just is what it is. I know they're there. Whether you see them or not, I don't know. But I'm just not wanting to put any, chemicals like that on my hair right now. And it is kind of flat because I'm even like watching with my products about, because y'all know the more products you use, the more often you need to wash, and I'm just trying to not mess with it as much as I can. The hair loss is temporary. It's hair. It'll grow back. It's nothing that makes me regret having weight loss surgery. Nothing makes me regret the surgery. It's the best thing that I've done for myself. No regrets whatsoever. Not even the dumping syndrome. As bad as it is, guys, I don't regret it. I feel so much better. I have more energy. My knees and things don't ache the way they used to. So, yeah. It'll grow back. And it's fine. So I guess that's it. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. And I want to say thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would do that. And if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. That really helps my channel. And I will be back with an update next week. And I guess that's it until then, guys. Thanks for watching.